Okay, welcome to Sacrewell. I'm here today with Stuart, who's been doing some hedge laying, and he's going to tell us a bit about what the team are doing here and why they're doing it. You might hear some chainsaw noises in the background, and that's just because work is going on as we speak. So Stuart, what is hedge laying?
Hedge laying is actually a means of regenerating, rejuvenating an old, tired, worn-out hedge. A hedge that's actually got absolutely nothing in the bottom of it. And what we're really doing now is laying it, and perhaps we'll see some pictures in a minute of what we're actually doing, so that we're regenerating it to the point at which the hedge will shoot again from the bottom. It will make a much thicker hedge, which is good for berries, good for small mammals to hide in. It's good from the conservation point of view, it's good from the amenity point of view, and basically it's just reviving an old art, because historically, of course, before wire was invented, wire came in sometime around the First World War. All hedges then had to be stockproof, and so there are various styles depending on what part of the country you're living in. We're doing a mix of styles here, which is actually by design. We should really strictly be doing what we call the Midlands style, but we're doing a combination of Midlands and Southern, only because I think when the hedge starts to regenerate, it actually looks nicer from the public's point of view.
Great. So I'm going to turn the camera around now so you can see a bit of what's going on, and we might keep telling you a little bit. So what's happening at this far end? Is this?
Well, we've made a start here now, and you can see all the branches that are broken down now, or broken down but laid. We call those pleachers. I don't think there's any other term for it. Most people in the hedge laying world recognise it as pleachers, but we're laying them all at anything between 30 degrees and 45 degrees, something like that. We're staking them, because obviously when we weaken them at the bottom, they'll be unstable, the wind could blow them over. And that's traditional as well, because you used to get livestock pushing at them or pulling at the new growth, and then they would pull it over. And then eventually we're going to bind the top to lock all those stakes together. So it's really a matter of keeping the art alive, if nothing else. It's a rural skill that less and less people can do, but I'm pleased to say we've got a good team of volunteers now today, some of which are youngsters, which is excellent. Some of them are a bit long in the tooth, like Mike over here. He won't mind me saying that, like me, but it's just nice to see it done. And I have to say that most public, when they see it done, really do appreciate it.
So it's aesthetically pleasing as well as being good for the farm.
Absolutely, yeah. It just looks right in the countryside.
And
it's satisfying from our perspective, because you spend the morning doing this and you can actually see where you've been.
Brilliant, yeah. So we can see this section here hasn't been tackled yet. Is that correct?
Absolutely, that's what we're tackling at the moment.
Whereas down in this direction, what they're
doing now is they're working by taking off the side, so that they've actually just they're left with vertical pleachers. One of the problems with this hedge is, you can probably see, and if I just step forward, you can see a line.
Yeah.
That line is where it's been flailed off mechanically, and unfortunately what that does is encourages it to shoot out again, and all it does, it tangles itself up then. So our problem at the moment, the challenge for them, is to actually get that untangled before we start to lay it.
So where the machines come along, it's cut it, when you said flailed, it's cut it at that level where we can see the line.
Yeah, and then it's regenerated. The line isn't quite so prominent here, but if you turn down and look just beyond where Ollie is, you can see a definite flat top look.
Yeah.
And that is the problem. It's all tufted together in there.
So the kind of new method of using the machinery maybe isn't as good for the structure of the hedge as doing it traditionally?
It's efficient and effective. It's fairly cheap, it's fairly quick to keep hedges tidy, but from the hedge's perspective, it does smash the hedge about. Hawthorn is amazingly resilient as a shrub. Generally speaking, you can't kill it, so I'm not too worried about what sort of mess these guys make. We want it doing properly. They've got to learn. They're not having a bad go at it, but it isn't the easiest of hedges. It was laid, I guess, something probably 50 years ago, and so it's reached a stage now where we're doing it again.
Brilliant.
If you come around just to your right, you'll see the amount of material we're having to take out.
Wow, yeah, there's some very big pieces in there as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That's because that's what's coupled up in the top. Some of it potentially we could save, but there is a limit to how much time you can put in. Trying to preserve it.
So do you know at the minute, I'm not sure what we're going to do with all this wood that we've taken off?
What we shall do is we shall actually burn this in the course of the next couple of weeks when we have another session. People say, oh, why don't you chip it? Well, when you think about it, while the plant's growing, it's actually abstracting carbon. It's generating carbon. It's a carbon plant. So when we burn it, it's actually carbon neutral, because all it does, it returns the same amount of carbon back to the environment that it's actually taken up.
So the carbon dioxide that the hedge has taken in is being re-emitted, but no extra is being added when we burn it.
Absolutely. Plus the fact, of course, when we're using a chipper, we're generally using a diesel engine chipper or something, which is a fossil fuel. Yeah. So my view is, quite frankly, we're more environmentally beneficial to burn it than it is actually to chip it.
Brilliant. And do we use the ash for anything? Because that's always good, isn't it?
We do, but to be perfectly honest, Jill, you'll find that there will be little or no ash left when all this is burnt.
So it burns quite efficiently.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll pretty much all be gone.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for that, Stuart. I'm going to take a walk down the hedge line just to see what's going on that we can see in the distance just now.
Another day, I want to see you on the end of an axe.
Brilliant. I'll look forward to that. Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
So we're just going to walk down and see what else is going on. Oh, there's a bird. We've got wildlife, a robin using our hedge as it's being laid. And we're just going to have a little look at what's going on. It might get quite noisy because Simon's down here with his chainsaw. Some of the sections of the hedge are very thick because they've been growing for so long. So you can see there's another section here that's been worked on. And that's the source of all the noise. Give us a thumbs up, Ollie. Bye.